Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good Maas appeal. And if you're here tonight, it's another Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We made it another week. And man, I'm thankful. I got a lot to be thankful for. And waking up this morning is one of those things. But I'm getting ready for a big week. The end of this week is the Kentucky Derby. And I had something made for me, a bespoke piece made for me. It got delivered last night. And let me tell you, I've done some nice things for Derby. Because one thing about the Kentucky Derby is if you're from Louisville, however you want to pronounce it, Louisville. People from Louisville don't say that, but yeah. But we take Kentucky Derby very serious. And because it's our hometown. And it's one of the air sporting events in the world. So time for the Kentucky Derby to come around. We Louisvillians, we do it up big, and I'm doing it up big this year. Believe me. But I had already planned out that this was the 150th Kentucky Derby, and I was just gonna go all out. And boy, did I go all out. I had a cake. I like cakes. And I had a cake made. And the lady that made the cake, she really outdid herself. I mean, I can look at the piece that I had made for me and I can see the love into it. And I really appreciate a lot of gratitude for the person who made the cake for me. And yeah, Thursday we're going to be going live from Derby, which is the Thursday before the Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Oaks used to be the day that the local people would come and would take over Churchill Downs. But as corporate things happen, basically the common people are getting pushed out of the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby. This year, it costs $99 to get into the infield for the Kentucky Oaks. And the Kentucky Oaks is on Friday. The Kentucky Oaks is basically the girl horses. It's the girl horses Kentucky Derby, but it's called the Kentucky Oaks, and it's all female horses that run in that. And it used to be the day that all the city came out, and it was the day that the city was able to, the common people were able to go to the track and to enjoy everything that the Kentucky Derby had to offer. But that has changed, and now the ticket prices are extreme. And it's $99 to get into the infield on the Kentucky Oaks on Friday, and it's $130 to get into the infield the day of the Kentucky Derby. And if you get into the infield, you can't even go to the paddock, things like that. If it starts to rain, you don't have anything coloring you the elements, but it is fun to go. If you've never been to the Kentucky Derby, you have to go to the infield. The infield is like no other place. It's the craziest place in the world. And they have mud slides, and depending on if it's raining and things like that, it just really depends. But the infield is kind of wild. But this is a big week for people that live in Louisville, and there's all types of parties and things that are going on every week. There's going to be a lot of money spent. There's going to be a lot of pretty women in Louisville, and there's going to be a lot of bourbon that will be consumed this weekend. So like I said, everything kicks off on Thursday. I got my cape made. I got my suit, what I'm going to wear. I have my shoes together. I went and bought a new hat today. I bought this hat today as well. It's my new hat. I got a blue hat. I didn't have a blue summer hat, so now I have a blue hat. But yeah, I bought two hats today. And one hat is for my outfit that I'm wearing, and this hat was I just saw it. I had to get it. It was just so nice. So hey, Miss 702, what's going on with you? How are you today? How are you? What's going on with everybody today? Thank you. Thank you. I love the hat too, Antoinette. But yeah. So I will be going live from Churchill Downs on Thursday. I got my ticket today. My brother has a box, and one of my good friends that works with my brother has a box. So I was able to get a ticket from my brother's friend, and yeah, I'll have a nice seat on the stretch, be able to see the end of the horses. We're gonna bet on horses all day. Thing about betting on horses is you can they have betting booths where you can bet as little as 50 cents. But you know, just the more you win, the more you bet, the more you're gonna win. So it's gonna be a day of just having a good time. Everyone's gonna be looking good, and I just can't wait. So I'm leaving tomorrow to drive to my mother's house. When the show is over tonight, I have to pack. I'm gonna be packing my clothes and everything. I would show you all the cake tonight, but I can't. I can't. Gonna have to wait until Thursday. But just let me tell you, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees, but I'm still gonna wear my cape. Even if it's 80 degrees, I'm still gonna wear my cape. Still gonna wear my cape. Yeah. I'll be too cool to sweat. I'm not even worried about that. All right. Play big or go home. And I'm looking forward to a good time. It's always a good time when I go home and see my jelly bean, my niece. I go home and see my nephews, and whenever I'm around my mom, it's always refreshing. No, it's not a Batman cape. It's not a Batman cape. It's a and it's befitting of the day, of the weekend. It's befitting. It's gonna be great. This isn't the first time I've worn cape to the Kentucky Derby. I would say about 8 years ago, I wore a British morning suit with tails, and I had a gray cape with a red lining that went all the way to the floor. This cape puts that cape to shame, and that was a nice cape, but this cape puts that cape to shame. So Thursday is the kickoff. Like I said, I haven't posted it yet, but I will be going live. But I wanted to talk about the Kentucky Derby because yeah, it's been a lot of preparation, a lot of preparation, a lot of preparation. And I've made a video, basically unboxing video. Um, when the cape was dropped off to me last night, I did some video, took some pictures. I even put it on with the bummy clothes that I had on yesterday. So yeah, it's gonna look great. But another thing I wanted to talk about before we get to tonight's topic, I just want to say I appreciate all my subscribers. Um, I went over 1,000 subscribers. I'm over 1,100 subscribers now. So most of my subscribers that I have, I get them from my shorts. So now I'm still doing my shorts with adult conversations with Maas. Hit the like button, share this video out, subscribe to the page. So yeah, I went over 1,100 subscribers, and one thing that's crazy about that is I got 1,100 subscribers, and I got over 2,000 friends on Facebook, and I would say that 1,100 subscribers, I would probably say about 20 of them at the most are people that I know. So shout out to all the people over this last year that have subscribed to my page, that are part of a Mass Appeal family. Yeah, because we family, man. We are family. We come together every Tuesday night to have these conversations. But tonight's conversation that we're going to have, alternative relationships. Non-monogamy. Ethical non-monogamy. And when I say ethical non-monogamy, if you all don't know, basically that is basically when a person is not looking for a relationship and they're vocal about it. And basically they just go out with people, they just date, they have fun. If they meet somebody, it can grow or whatever, but really they are non-committed to relationships. Forms of ethical non-monogamy that we're going to discuss tonight: polyamory, polygamy, throuples, swingers, and when I say ethical non-monogamy relationship, I'm saying I'm talking from a heterosexual point of view, but there will be some gray areas in this communication that we have. In the studies that I did this week on ethical non-monogamy, the reoccurring theme that kept coming up was communication. And that's why I have the poll on it today is, do people feel that communication is the relationship? And people think that being in a relationship where there's one man and two women, or a woman and two men, and everything's just good. No, it comes from good communication. The thing about that is, if you can't communicate, if there can't be good communication between two people, and the reasons why a person that is non-communicative would not work in a ethically non-monogamous relationship. Because these relationships are built on trust and communication. Even though you may not be committed to the person that you're in a relationship with, it's about respect. A lot of times it's about respect, and it's about not embarrassing people. Say that they didn't really give specific numbers about the number of people out here who basically live ethically non-monogamous lifestyles, but I would say that it's changing. In the terms of men, it's changing a lot. It's changing a lot. Men, lots of men do not want to be in relationships. Lots of different reasons why men don't want to be in. A lot of men don't want to be in relationships, monogamous relationships. There's lots of reasons. There's lots of reasons. But not really looking at the reasoning and why people are doing this. We just want to look at the different types of ethically non-monogamous relationships that are out there. And the first question I have is, can you be ethically non-monogamous? Is the name an oxymoron? Ethical and non-monogamous. Ethically not being in a committed relationship. How y'all feel about that? Y'all think? What's going on, Z? What's going on? My man Trucker Z stopped in tonight. If you haven't been by Trucker Z's page, go check out Z. It's Trucker Mostly drives on the East Coast, up in the New York area. Sometimes he's in Canada, but he's been venturing out, going to lots of different places in America. So if you're looking for a person that can give you a that maybe you didn't know, go check out Trucker C. Shout out to YWG, Your Weekend Gardener. You're looking for some gardening tips, go check out his page. This page, you know, I won't necessarily say that this is a growing page, but I have a lot of people that I have met throughout the year that I've been on YouTube. A lot of good people, a lot of people that I communicate with some of the people that I talk to on YouTube more than I communicate with people that I've been knowing all my life. So I have made lots of good relationships, and lots of the people that come through here are the people that I've met in my first year on YouTube. So yeah, shout out to Trucker Z. Thanks for coming through, brother. But I want to know what you all think about ethically non-monogamous relationships, poly relationships, people who swing. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about these things. I am single, and I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm ethically non-monogamous, but I am a good communicator. Now, there will be people that will tell you this, my communication style and some of the things I say that I could say them easier. But to me, the truth is the truth. And the easier the easiest and to be straightforward. I don't think you can candy coat the truth. There are different ways that you can say things, but you know, a lot of men get told that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when you're a communicator, information comes out how it comes out. Now, sometimes you want to, you may want to temper yourself. You don't just want to be crass, but the truth is the truth. And on many occasions, I've been told, yeah, what you said was right, but you could have said it a different way. I don't live in those terms. That's gray areas. I live in black and white. Everything's black. I try to keep everything black and white because you never want to, when you get into the different shades of gray, you get into trouble. We're going to look at some of these comments. Shout out to everybody that's looking on Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's watching on X. And shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitch. But you already know that within the next 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to cut those venues off so you can come over to YouTube and join the conversation. Join the conversation. But while we do that, I'm going to catch up on some of these comments. Gardner says, I say it how I say it. Say it how I say it. And I think that just being straight up is a good thing. What was you in the past? What was you in the past, Weekend Gardener? What, ethically non-monogamous? Were you? Because I think a lot of people get caught up on titles. A lot of people get caught up on titles. The title of being somebody's boyfriend or being somebody's girlfriend. And I think sometimes when you add titles to things, it kind of messes things up. Kind of messes. Titles can give people power over something. I really think that. I think that's what titles do. If a person has a title, then they have some say so. But I think you don't need a title to have some say. I think if you want to date people, when you want to date this person and you want to date that person, if you're open and honest with people, I mean, I don't think that there's issues. I mean, I look at things differently, though. But, you know, Pontoon Jody said, it's best to be honest upfront with what you want in the beginning of any new relationship. And Pontoon Jody, you are absolutely right. And I will say this. since I've been in Cincinnati, I've met a couple women, and when I first meet somebody, if I'm having a conversation, and this was in the past because I'm not entertained. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not approaching women right now. I'm not even entertaining approaching women because women are funny. And I got a video that's going to explain what a lot of men go through when dealing with women. Yeah, just this past weekend, I went to the Cincinnati. I went to Art After Dark at the Cincinnati Art. I was dressed really nice. My cologne was on, smelling nice, and there was lots of beautiful women there. But I wasn't even really paying attention to them. I went to look at the art. Now, I do like being a showstopper when I go out because I'm the type of person that when I go somewhere, I dress nice. I want all eyes to be on me. It's kind of selfish, but I get off on that. I get off on that. I like looking nice, and I like walking in somewhere. Everyone looking. I get a high for that. I get a natural high off of that. Is that selfish? Hey. And I have very good hearing. So I will be hearing women say, "Oh, that's the guy everybody's talking to. He looks like that." A lot of women were approaching me, telling me that they like my suit and things like that. And I had conversations with people, but I had asexual conversations with them because I'm there to see art. And I have conversations with women, but I'm not at the point where I'm even entertaining that because it's funny, you can just have a conversation with them and it goes good. When you talk about getting together and meeting again, you meet people in passing and it'll be good that moment. Oh, you exchange numbers, and once you leave, that moment's gone. Probably won't ever talk to that person again. And that's how a lot of women get a rise out of men speaking to them, especially when they get close to hitting the wall. A lot of women that are close to hitting the wall, they'll have those conversations, they'll exchange numbers, but they're not calling. They're not calling. But it's funny that when you tell people but then a lot of women, you'll tell them from the giddy up, I'm not looking for a relationship. This isn't, we can date, we can go out, we can have fun, but I don't want to be in a relationship. I've had people tell me that it's bad and it's bad that I can't get in a relationship. They say because I have too many choices. I like having choices. I like having choices. So yeah, I would say that I'm ethically non-monogamous because when I meet women in the beginning, the first time I have conversations with them, I straight up tell them I'm not looking for anything. We can date, we can hang out, I can give you some of my time, whatever, whatnot, but I'm not looking for anything. And signals always get crossed because the thing about it is if you give a woman your time, she's going to start liking. And I'm a man. I like going out with women. I like going out. I like having a good time. I like all those things. But I just don't want to be in a relationship. Some people could say it is. But let's talk about people in poly relationships. I wish my best friend was on here. He's at work right now. He might be watching. But my homeboy, he is on the search for two wives. And his main like I said, there are different reasons why people are looking for these alternative relationships where, you're either monogamous, meaning that you're a man and you got two or three women that live with you, or you're a woman and you got two or three men that or cohabitating with you, and everything is on good terms. There are more types of these relationships out there than people really know. And the one thing, reoccurring theme that when me and my best friend have these conversations about him and his search for two wives is one of the women will be very, very communicative, and there'll be another one that won't be so communicative. So it's a fine line. And I think that's with either sex if you're in a ethically non-monogamous, relationship where there's more than one person of the same sex in a relationship with a person of the opposite. Couples who are married and for once a month, twice a month, whenever they stipulate it, they go to swingers parties and they have sex with different people. They may do this together, they may do this separately, but at the end of the night, they leave together happily, blissfully, in a relationship. Some people think that's weird. But there are people out here who believe that they can love somebody and still have sex with other people, and it's not going to be the sex is not going to be a determinate factor on their love. There are people out there there are people out here who do this. There are people out there who are in relationships, and on the weekend they'll go and they'll have sex with other people, do what they do, and at the end of the night they go home together. Those people are some of the best communicators because they're able to communicate their wants and their needs to their partner uninhibitedly without being judged. Without being judged. What do y'all say to that? Can that be a norm? Can you be in a relationship and have sex with people of the opposite sex? And in some situations, there are relationships where the wife knows that the man has a proclivity to men, and they let them go out. And there are women out here who are in relationships with men, and they know that the man is bisexual. Now, that can be a health hazard, but there are people out here who are in relationships, committed, monogamous marriages, but they step out on the side from time to time and have fun. I don't know if I could be in that type of relationship. Probably already been in that type of relationship unknowingly. Probably unknowingly. You like how I don't like you can. I like how you don't like me calling him my fishing partner because he's Pontoon Jody. He's more than your fishing partner. But y'all and one person, Pontoon Jody has been coming to the show since the show started. She is, yeah, she like that's yeah. She is. If you talk about Mass Appeal family, Pontoon Jody is Mass Appeal family because she's been around. But one thing that I have seen in the interactions that I have with Pontoon Jody is she's in a relationship with her partner, but they don't live together. And she won't call him her boyfriend. She won't call him her boyfriend. It's her partner. But hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Share this video out, subscribe to the channel. But now the time has come for everyone that's watching on Facebook, everyone that's watching on X, and everyone that's watching on Twitch to come over here to YouTube and join the conversation. So y'all already know what I'm about to do. I'm about to cut the channels off so y'all can come over here and join us. So Facebook, everybody on Facebook, thank you. But come over to YouTube. Everybody on Twitch, thank you. But come over here to YouTube. And everybody on X is wild. Twitter is crazy. That's another another story. But everybody's watching on X. Come on over here. But now that that's been done, let me look at the poll. Look at the poll. Yes, there's no. I'm relieved that there's 100% yeses to is communication the key to good relationships, because it is. It is the key to any relationship, especially a one-on-one relationship. But when you add other actors into those relationships, the communication part aspect goes up. There are women out here who man, they got more than one boyfriend. I mean, Laura Wise has said that for a woman, it's easier to date 5 men than it is to date one. I've yet to hear the logic I've yet to hear understandable logic on that. But yeah, there are women out here that believe that dating 5 men is better than dating one, because you can date a guy to take you out, you can date a guy to sex you, you can date a guy that's going to pay for dinner, and all these men can fit a slot. I'm not going to sit here and say that dating 5 women is easier than dating one. Dating one is hard enough. Finding one woman to date is harder for a lot of men out here. A lot of men. What's going on, Vocal Antisocial? What's going on, brother? Miss 702. If you haven't been to go check out Miss 702's page, go check out Miss 702. About to become a passport sis. She's going to the Dominican Republic. She's single. And I would say that right now, I don't know what Miss 702 is doing, but I know she's dating. She could be ethically non-monogamous right now. She could be. She could be. She could be. Oh, she got men chasing her down. But I need to know how y'all feel about this. Is this something that's attainable? Is being in a relationship, a man with 2 women, is that something that is really attainable? I mean, is it something? I won't say it's attainable, because there are people out here that are living that way. Is this something that's going to become the norm? Is it going to be the norm to be in a relationship where there's a man and 2 or more women, or relationships where there's a woman and 2 or more men? I can't think of the name of the TV show, but there's a black lady out here that has a TV show, and she has 3 boyfriends. They all live in the same house with her. It's a weird dynamic. That's a weird dynamic. What y'all say? I'm just being perfectly honest. Now, this may come across as chauvinistic or whatever, but I could be in a relationship where I was living with 2 women. But myself, me as a man, I don't think I could be in a relationship with a woman and I was one of her concubines. Me, I don't think I don't think I'm built for that. I don't think I'm built for that. Now, I could be in a relationship where it's me and 2 women, but I don't see that. Hold on. Mildred, you so right. We're gonna see. What did Mildred say? What's going on, Mildred? Mildred was one of the winners of the $25 gift certificates last week. Mildred, did you spend that? Did you spend that gift certificate yet? I got to go back up because I I did not see Mildred's comment, and I cannot find it. These comments are blowing up. Uh-oh, is this the comment that you was talking about? Mildred got the throw up sign? What was you what made Mildred do the put the throw up emoji up? Okay. Pontoon Jody said, if I call him a boyfriend and we quit fishing together, then it makes it messy on YouTube because we have the same friends reviews. Understandable. But Pontoon Jody, would you say that even though you are not in what people would per se is a committed relationship, you are committed to him? Would I be right in saying that even though you're not in a monogamous relationship, you are committed to him? Would I be wrong in saying that? Would I be wrong in saying that? And that what Pontoon Jody said is one of the things that I was talking about. Titles. Why are titles so important? And I would think I would say that titles are more important to women. I would say the titles are more important to women. But Jody is different. Jody's an outlier. Titles aren't important to her. I think Jody, just because it's not a title of her being his boyfriend, I think that she's still loyal to him. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay, Mildred said comprehension is key. You can talk to your blue in the face, but you 100%, you are 100% right, Mildred. A lot of people do not have listening, read. Like you said, you can talk to the person until they blue in the face. They could be looking you in the mouth, and you could say they could look at every word coming out of your mouth, and they still wouldn't understand what you was trying to tell them. So I understand exactly what you're saying, Mildred. I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm gonna put the link out. I'm gonna put the link up here because yeah, I want somebody to come up here and talk with me about this because I see more and more women are saying that they want two men. There are more and more women who say that they want more than one boyfriend. They want more than one boyfriend. I can't see being with the man that likes men. I like animals. No need for a man. I like swat. Oh my God! Wow. TMI. TMI. Bill just said, I can't see being with, and I understand. I understand that. I don't understand. Can't say that I understand a man having a girlfriend and letting her go get women and bring back, and on the other hand, say I don't understand, but I don't. I understand a man saying go get them, but I don't understand a woman being in a relationship with the man that's by. I don't. That is one ethically non-monogamous relationship that I don't understand because that is now you can get You can get in being in a relationship when there's two women, but I would say that there's more of a chance that you're going to get an STI if you're a lady and your boyfriend, you knowingly know that he likes men. I think that's a disaster. I think that's a disaster. I think that's a disaster. I do. So we gonna leave that right there. We're gonna leave that right. That's just my personal thoughts. But I can see a man, even though there's ways to get. Now we're gonna say this before we go any further in this. Unless you're in a monogamous relationship, you should be having protected sex. That's number one. If you're single and you're having, should be using protection. So I saw the list of the 10 cities with highest HIV rates, and yeah, they're all cities that are predominantly populated by African American black people. Every single last one. So we're talking about all these alternative relationships and polyandry and polygamy and throuples and swinging and all these things. And that is one of the main reasons that communication is important, because if you're in a relationship with people and you're having sex outside of the nuclear two of you two, yeah, you should be having protected sex. There's nothing wrong with having sex and being seen. There's nothing wrong with it. Sex with more than one person, knowingly, you should be using protection. We gonna say that, and I don't think there's anybody out there that would disagree with what I just said. Even though there's people out there that's gonna be like, I'm gonna go raw regardless, but suffer the consequence. And Jody said, "We are dating, but it will never be marriage or living together." That is the definition of being ethically non-monogamous. I don't think Pontoon Jody would do anything to embarrass that man, her fishing partner, and I don't think that there's anything that he would knowingly do to embarrass her. And that's the one thing is, you can come. There's lots of things that you can come back from in terms of being with someone. But one thing that never, once you embarrass someone in a public setting, it can never be said. I think that comes with the part we're talking about, communication. You must be able to communicate. If you can't even communicate in a one-on-one relationship, how are you going to communicate in a situation where there's more than one woman or there's more than one man? And that's where ethics and a person's upbringing comes into effect. Because my upbringing in the family, being a liar, being a thief, were the worst things you could be. Being a liar and being a thief were the worst things you could be. And my great grandmother told me, you don't never want nobody to say you a liar, and you don't never want nobody to say you a thief, because that means that you cannot be trusted for words that come out your mouth, and you cannot be trusted to somebody to leave you in their house, and you don't get to grab hands. Those are the two worst things to be, is a liar and a thief. My homegirl, Miss 702, and jumped up here. I know she's gonna have some enlightening words, so I'm gonna let her come up here, and I'm gonna let her I'm gonna let her I'm gonna let her sit on the throne with her queen's crown for a few minutes. What's going on, Miss 702?
Restream don't like me, so I'm praying over this. I'm praying that I'll make it. But Mass, I really love your topic of your show, right? Because I'm kind of in this place in my life right now. It's not intentional, but I think sometimes when you're single and you're dating, you kind of get into a little bit of an alternative situation, right?
Right?
So I have been talking to one of the guys.
Oh, Miss 702. I know she's gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna let her continue. But yeah, I think that a lot of people are of the mindset that they would rather be single and honest as opposed to being tied down in a relationship. I guess I'm one of those people right now. I guess I am. Because I love women, but I do not want to be in a relationship with one right now. And that's not to, no diddy. That's not to say that it's never that. I just I'm at a point right now where I'm just happy concentrating on me. Yeah. Now that could change at any time. But we're gonna let Miss 702 continue what she was going. Go ahead, Miss 702. What was you talking? What was you saying? What were you saying?
Can you hear me?
I got you. I got you.
Well, I guess I'll just speak then because I can't hear
Yeah, go
you, but
ahead.
you
Go
can
ahead.
hear me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna
Go ahead.
say, so one of the main guy, I've been dating him for 8 months, right? But I told him from the very beginning, like, I don't want to be anyone's girlfriend. I don't want a relationship. I have a whole lot of things I need to work on. Like, I'm not even gonna be, intimate. I swore to celibacy for a year, which would be next August, right? Which would be this August. And so we just took it easy. But it feels like a relationship now, which is kind of, weird because there are other people who've expressed interest. And I'm interested in exploring those opportunities too. So you
Dating.
kind of feel like you're cheating, even though you're not cheating because we
You're
set the
not
rules in
cheating.
the very beginning.
Dating. You're dating. You're not cheating. You're dating.
Yeah. Yeah. So last night I found myself kind of like juggling communicating between three different guys, right? And I feel like it was okay because you need to see what's out here. You need to see what people are about.
Yeah.
I've been the type of person, I was raised to be the good girl. So like every date I went on resulted in this long-term relationship. Cause you're built to like just get in your relationship, build your relationship up, and figure everything else out later. That hasn't worked for me for 40 years. It hasn't worked for me. Now it's time to really date with intention. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And those intentions
I
don't
have been
necessarily
listening
have to
to
be
what you
marriage.
and Weekend Gardener have been saying. Like you guys have been choosy. You said some girl flew him all the way out and he decided he wasn't about that life with her.
Yeah,
Like
that
we
was New
have
York.
choices out here.
That was New York. Yeah, YWG, that was New York. She was flying him everywhere, and he just said that she just didn't do it for him.
Well, there you go. There you go. As far as like me wanting to be in a relationship, me and two guys, or me, a guy, and another female, I couldn't see that because, yeah, I'm just a very monogamous person. But again, like I said, I think my situation works for me because I'm telling people that I'm celibate. So it's not like we have a
I'm
lot of
telling
flip
you from the
flopping going
jump.
on intimately.
Yeah, I'm telling you from the jump that I don't want a relationship, or I'm telling you from the jump that I don't want to have sex. And I don't think there's nothing
Right,
wrong with that.
right. But how do guys feel though? I feel a little bit bad. You've been dating someone for 8 months. You've been a great support to them. You've given them a lot of love. I guess you assume that it's going somewhere. How would you feel if that person just came out the bag and let you know there are other people who are interested and I'm exploring that too?
I don't think that there's I don't think that there's a good or bad to that. I think it's just truthful. And you know, the thing
Hmm.
about it is when you're truthful with people, at least you give them the choice. You give them the choice to
Hmm.
choose.
How have women handled those situations with you guys?
I will say that women believe that they have the will. You know, you can tell a woman that you don't want to, you know, we're dating. I'm not looking for a relationship. But a woman feels that her womanness, her woman power can change how a man feels. And sometimes that can happen with some people, but it doesn't really happen with me. And I just, yeah, I mean, sometimes women can't handle that. And that's
Hmm.
what I mean by sometimes a lot of women don't want you to be truthful with them. A lot of women would rather have the facade that you're only with them.
Hmm.
And the thing, but and the women that I've met could possibly be good for me, but I'm just not. I'm at a point where I just want to be happy. I just want to be. I just want to be single and have fun and travel and date and I won't even necessarily say date. I just want to have the ability to be open.
Hmm. But let's be for real though. My situation involves no intimacy. You can't be out here making love to people and not expect them to fall in love with you.
You're right about that. And
Yeah.
I will say that when I have sex, I don't play. I don't. It's not like okay, I'm gonna give her this type of sex, but I'm a no. When I have sex, I'm putting my all into it, and a lot of women can't handle it. So
Hmm.
you have to be careful with your intimacy because some people
Hmm.
intimacy can get their brain discombobulated. That's why, yeah, I don't try to. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna try to be bouncing up and down on you all the time because it's not a good thing. It's not a. Some people use sex as communication. I'm not one of those. Even though my sex does talk, but I don't communicate. I guess we all communicate through sex, but I communicate before the sex so that you understand that the sex is independent. The sex is
Got you.
independent of you know whatever we have going on. But like you said, when you're celibate, that takes a you really find out if somebody likes you, man or woman.
Hmm.
Because there are women that I've told that like when I'm right now I am abstaining from sex. Basically, I'm keeping all my manliness within me to work out, and I want all that. And I want all that male testosterone, all the energy to go into improving me, as opposed to as an art of seduction for a woman. Use their sex to
Intimacy really
seduce.
intimacy changes everything around because I'm gonna keep this funky. I would never be in a relationship where me and another woman are sharing, but this is the thing: if you're not having intimacy with a man and it's been 8 months and he's a pretty good catch, you know he's getting his needs met somewhere, right? So it's an unspoken for us, but I'm pretty for sure when he gets that itch, he got somebody to come scratch it, right?
Everybody
But I
has
don't feel
somebody.
a way. Yeah, I don't feel a way about it because we have not had intimacy. And the craziest part about it is I'm getting a lot of emotional intimacy. Sometimes you could be in a, like you were saying a minute ago, you could be in a physically intimate relationship and not be getting emotional intimacy. So
Right.
for me, I'm really getting everything without the physical intimacy. I kind of feel bad for whoever the scratcher is.
And see, the thing about that, Miss 702, is when you're abstaining from sex and you're learning about the other person, you really find out if they like you or if it's just a thing to
Mhm.
have sex with you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Another notch on the block or something like that. But when you say that there's no sex and the person still is around you and they still enjoy being around you, that
Mhm.
is when you know somebody's really into you because they're not pressuring you for sex. It's not about a physical release.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I'm with you.
So that's my bit on it. It's not the traditional alternative situation, but there is a little alternativism when you're
It's the
out here
truthfulness.
single.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
You see, the thing about that is you're a communicator and you're truthful. A lot of people aren't communicators, and a lot of people don't want the truth. And when you give people the truth, it scares them
Mhm.
because a lot of people aren't used to people being truthful with them. So when you add the dynamic of, yeah, we can go out, but I'm being truthful with you and I'm telling you this ain't what I want. I don't want this. I don't want that. A lot of people don't want to hear that because they want to at
Right.
least have to think they have a chance. So when you tell people that
Yes.
no, this is not, no, no, it's like it's kind of hard for them to comprehend because when a woman likes a man, she's doing things to entice him. And if the man has already told you that's not what I'm looking for, we can together, but not together. And a lot of
Mhm.
some women are built for that. A lot of women aren't built for that.
Right. Right. And we've also already had the conversation that the conversation would change when we get to the point of, intimacy. So that's
Yeah.
already there. Like, then we'll have these conversations. Right now, I'm not pressing anything. Like, I think people want to be like single, but feel like they're in a relationship too. And I'm not in that space. I'm single, and I'm single.
And I have the discernment to know that I can be with you and we can go out and we can have a good time and all this stuff. But at the end of the night, there are no titles. And like Pontoon Jody said, she calls him her partner because like she said, they are in
Hmm.
a relationship, but she's never going to marry him and they're never going to live together. That to me is the definition of ethical monogamy. They're not worried about what's going on the outside. They're just worried about what's going on in their soul.
Hmm. The way
A lot
Pontoon
of
has talked about her relationship, him and her have an excellent understanding. And he has her back. He's right there. She's right there. I mean, it's a lot of people who are married. It's a lot of people who are in relationships. I have been, I'm sure you have been, where it's not monogamous and it's not traditional. But that's not because both people have agreed upon that. It's just it's an element of the relationship.
right, right.
Pontoon got the perfect setup. You know that they have each other. You know
And
that
see
they
the
have
thing,
each other.
right, and the thing about it is they're both agreeable to the terms that they've set. The problem
Hmm.
with a lot of women is there will be things that will be set in the beginning, but then women's feelings and emotions kind of convolute that, and it may change in their head, you all situation, but they may not voice it. But in their head, they may say that you're mine. But in actuality, no, I'm not. And I think that that's where a lot of the communication gets disjointed because the thing about it is when you're telling people that this is not what you're looking for, you have to be steadfast in saying that.
Hmm.
Constantly reinforce that because if you don't reinforce that, a woman's feelings, and then even sometimes a man, their feelings on the inside,
Hmm.
how they feel for you can change. And they may not voice that, but inside their feeling is that you're there.
Mhm. Mhm. So how does one deal with that? Like men, I'm sure go through that a lot more than us women do. Once you've had all this intimacy, once you've spent all this time together, and she feels like you guys are now in a relationship, how do you like reaffirm?
I think that is done through constant communication.
Mhm.
I'm a communicator, so I'm always talking, talking things out. Now there are people that say that maybe I'm kind of boisterous when I'm in these types of conversations. I'm a high strung individual, so I'm excitable. Sometimes my octave levels go up, but that has nothing to do with am I yelling at someone? Men are just loud. Some men, and I'm loud, and it may not be a forceful loud, but I'm just loud. But I think that I can't remember who said it, Mildred, comprehension. Because like she said, you can talk to a person until you're blue in the face, but if they don't understand the concepts of what you're saying, they're not gonna get it. That's why sometimes you have to over explain yourself to get that point across as
Right.
to what you're trying to do.
But I
Antoinette Clark,
love this show.
hold on, before you hold that thought. Antoinette Carter said, women say they can handle it, but then they decide they want one person. It happens all, and that's true. And it can happen to men
Mhm.
too. But I would say that happens. What Antoinette is saying, I think that happens to women more than men. I think men can tell a woman that I'm not looking for a relationship, but we're dating. But if you give a woman your time, they feel that you're theirs because your time is the most important aspect of your life. So if you're giving someone lots of your time, they're going to feel like they're going to get closer to you, and that's when you have to still be steadfast and saying that's not what I'm looking for. You as a man, as a man that's a communicator with women, you have to constantly reinforce what you're saying because a woman in her head, things change with emotion. Have sex with a woman and you make her feel good, she's gonna only want that from you. A lot of women.
Mhm. Mhm.
But there are women that can be in a relationship and be like, well, yeah, I can be in a relationship with you and another girl be in the situation. And there are some people that can't handle that. I think that this conversation we're talking about tonight is the people that can handle the truth because a lot of
Mhm.
people can't handle the truth, and that's on both sides of the sex. There are men who go into they like a woman, and she may say, there are women that say that they don't want to be in a relationship, and they have sex with a man, and the sex is good, and the man wants it to be his, but she's already stated, it's not what I'm looking for. So sometimes when you tell people that this is what it is, and when stuff starts to change, that'll push you away because you've already explained yourself, and this person thinks that because you're giving them time and you're giving them this, that things have changed when things haven't changed. And it's a constant reaffirming of your position. Now, a lot of people don't have those conversations. I do. I
Mhm.
don't have problems having uncomfortable conversations because it's about understanding.
And I was going towards Antoinette's comment too. That's exactly where I was going. I was going to say that I love this show because we get to pick you guys' brains. And it seems like you guys are brutally honest with us, right? But
My,
I
my,
want to ask
go ahead.
the opposite of what she said. And you said we're being brutally honest, right?
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever had one of your situations where you guys were casual and she ended up moving on to someone else and you felt like, wow, if I would have had a little bit more time, I would have locked that down? Have you ever felt like you lost someone because of the casual situation?
Yeah, yeah. When I first got
Hmm.
here to Cincinnati, I met someone, and It was a ethically monogamous. We were having fun with each other. We were this and that, and the person said that this is what I'm really looking for, and I was like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. And I saw the same woman 2 months later. She was married. Some women are looking for certain things, and when that opportunity comes and presents itself, they're gonna jump on it. Whether they're some women can cut that intimacy out like water. Some men can do that too. But that's a different type of individual. That's somebody that was looking for something. And I don't have a problem with that because up front. But a lot of women think that they can change a man's outlook on relationships, and you can't. A man can lie to you and say, yeah, we can be in a relationship, and he'll just cheat on you. I'm not one of those dudes. I like to be upfront. I've never had those. I've never had those types of situations where a woman's came and bust my car window out or bust my windows out of my. I've never had those types of situations, and I think that the reason I have not had those types of situations is I'm upfront from the beginning about my intentions. If I want to have sex with a chick and I'm saying I want, man, what's up? I'm. I, I've always been like that. My best friend that jumped in here so fast that time, and he said he totally agrees. You wake up and you're forced into a relationship. A lot of women do that. They think that their woman parts can change you. Ladies, let me be the first to tell you, if a man don't want to be in a relationship, your power you is not going to stop that. It's not going to change that. A lot of women think that they can change how a man feels. But if a man really doesn't want to be in a relationship, I mean, he's just being honest. But there is there such thing as ethical? That's my question. Is because is there such thing as ethical non-monogamy? Because you look at that name, ethical and non-monogamous, they don't really go together. There are some people out there that would say that it's not ethical to not be monogamous. That the when God started stuff, he meant for it to be one man and one woman. A lot of people say that. A lot of people. But there are a lot of people that are getting away from the church and basically having their own relationships with God. Oh, you got people that go to church and they swing. You got people go to church every Sunday and they still swingers. They swinging on Friday and Saturday and they go to church on Sunday. Are they bad people? Are they bad people? Or are people bad because they're in a relationship, a monogamous relationship, but they understand or they feel that life is not meant to be with one person? They may want to be in a committed relationship with one person, but they may want to have sex with other people. Is that wrong? Is that bad? Having this conversation tonight. Hit the like button. You're watching Adult Conversations with Maas. And we have adult conversations. We have adult conversations. Thank you, Miss 702. I try to have a thought-provoking adult conversations about adult situations. And these are adult situations. Uh-oh, my homie guide and okay, what's no such thing as what, guy? No such thing as I'm gonna let you come up here and explain yourself, guy. I'm gonna put the link out again. Guy, you always come through with some good commentary. I know you got something good to say tonight. Because you said there's no such thing. What is there no such thing? No such thing as Non-ethical monogamy. I mean, ethical non-monogamy. Is that what there's no such thing? We come. Wow, this conversation has been going fast. We had an hour and 10 minutes. Hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to your boy's channel. We have adult conversations. We don't have children conversations over there. We talk about real topics and we talk it out. There's no arguing. Everybody has an opinion, and yeah, I want everybody's opinion to be voiced because we're all individuals. Everybody's individual. Everybody has different thinking patterns. I think that in these alternative relationships, you have to meet people where they're at. Sometimes it's about timing. You might meet somebody at the exact right time, and it may kick off. But lots of people are moving away from traditional monogamous relationships, and I think that it all goes with happiness. I think that it all boils down to happiness, individual happiness. Burn it up in there, but yeah, ethical non. Oh yeah, I want you to come up here and voice your opinion, guy. Why is there no such thing? And the reason I'm saying that is because I think I'm on the same lines of thinking as you, because ethical and non-monogamy, it's an oxymoron. But I think that the ethics of people are changing. I think if you took an ethics class now, some of the ethics things that we have to deal with in today's society are different than the ethics we had to deal with 20, 30 years ago. 20, 30 years. Pontoon Jody, I'm with you on that. I like my freedom. If I want to go fishing or get up and go to the casino this very second, I can. I don't have to tell anyone or ask permission. And that's my thing. That's my thing. I have a real good friend. I really respect her. I love her. I have a really good friend, and she was upset because she didn't know that I was going to Mexico on my birthday. I go on a trip by myself every year on my birthday. I may not announce where I'm going. I may not, but I always go on a trip, solo trip for my birthday. It's what I do. And I had a friend that was upset with me because she didn't find out directly from me, and I understood where she was coming from, but then again, it's not that I didn't care, but I'm not in a relationship. I don't have to ask anyone for permission to do anything. I have chosen this for myself because I believe that some selfishness is good. Sometimes being selfish is not a bad thing because we give so much of ourselves that sometimes you want to do something and you want it all to be about you. And I'm one of those people that I'm one of those people that I'm just straight up about me. I have no filter. I'm an open book. I think that's why, and how I think it goes into my work life and into my personal life. I think that me being an open book and not having anything to hide, I think that has made me to be successful in the workforce with my personality. Me. The way that I act and the way that I interact with people at work is conducive to the type of person I am. I think if you're the type of person that won't speak up about things, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be hard for you going forward in terms of relationships because people want what they want. And there's women out here that want to be in a relationship, and there's men out here that want to be in a monogamous relationship. But I would say that the bigger majority is the people that want to be in, just want to be free. My homeboy Guy said that there's no such thing as ethical non-monogamy. Come up here and explain it to me. But Bud Files, hey, what's going on? Antoinette Clark said, hell yeah, they swing and everything else. Yeah. It's people out here who are in committed relationships and they just want to go out and they want to have sex with other people and they want to come home and still come home to the loving family that they had. There are some people out here to say that's weird. There are some people out here, that's their life. That's what we're talking about today. Now, we've had this 702 come up here and say that she is being ethically non-monogamous. She is telling her friends that she's dating, that I'm dating you, but I am open to going out on dates with other people. And I think that openness is a good thing. A lot of people don't want the truth. A lot of people can't handle the truth. And I think that the people that can handle truth and who are all about their happiness, they're open to serial dating. I will say that. Serial dating. Their needs met. You're absolutely right, Antoinette. Everyone needs their needs and a lot of it comes down to wants and needs. A lot of the men that some women want, they just want. They don't need them. Men are able to discern whether you want me or you need me. And I would say that a lot of men would rather be needed than wanted. There's a lot of women that want you, but do those women need you? That's where this dynamic comes in. Is people have competing wants and needs. And your wants and your needs can't compete. Because when your wants and your needs compete, everything is out of order. I think there needs to be I think people need to have a clear understanding of what is needed and what they want. A lot of people want good sex out of a relationship, but you might not need good sex. You may need somebody that can handle financial matters. You may need somebody that can budget the money. You may not be a budgeter. I think people meet where they are. Because the woman that hopefully I eventually end up with is going to my needs. What I need, not what I want. And I think that choices can convolute you sometimes, but having those choices stops you from settling. A lot of people settle. I noticed when I was in Washington, D.C. is because of the economics of Washington, D.C., it's kind of a necessity to have a partner or have a girlfriend or have a boyfriend. It's kind of, unless you're making enough money to take care of yourself. A lot of people get in relationships for lack of being able to take care of themselves. The people that believe in 50-50. I think people that believe in 50-50, the reason they believe in 50-50 is because they need somebody to help them make themselves whole. Ain't always right. Like Antoinette said, everybody needs their needs met. Okay. Antoinette got a question. Here's my question. What if your spouse wants an additional person into the equation? And that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Now, if that person's partner voices those opinions, then basically it's up to the other partner to say, I'm with that or I'm not with it. And I think that's where the communication comes in. Because if a person respects you, they're going to respect they may not agree with your feelings, but they can respect them because you voiced it. Now, if your partner comes to you and says, I'm thinking that I want to bring somebody else into the bedroom, that is your opportunity to say, no, I ain't having it. Well, a lot of people will go with the flow. A lot of people will go with the flow, and that's where going with the flow, you don't voice your opinion. Once you go with the flow, that's going to be expected for you to flow that way. And that's where the problems come up, is when people don't speak up in the beginning. And that's what, I think this conversation, what I really wanted to get at with the conversation we're having tonight is that communication is a key into any relationship that you're having, whether it's a one-on-one relationship, whether you're dating different people. But yeah, but my homeboy got and jumped on the panel. He can explain to us why there is no such thing as ethical non-monogamy. What's going on, guy? What's going on, brother? Guy,
Hey, what's up, man?
what's going on with you, brother? Long time no talk.
Oh man, working hard, man. Trying to make a
So,
living. What's
yeah,
up with
man.
you?
So why do you feel, and why do you feel that there's no such thing as ethical non-monogamy? It's kind of a weird way to put words together to explain something. When it's kind of an oxymoron. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would say that. I didn't understand it till I really thought about it a couple minutes later. So now I get what you're saying.
Ethical non. I think it's. I don't. I just think that ethical non-monogamy is a way to say don't lie. Communication.
If you say non-monogamy, that means you gonna mess with somebody else. That's how I look at it.
Right. So is
But you
that
told,
ethical?
but you told your partner, right? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, what they're saying is if you announce to your partner what you're looking for, that is ethical. You're
But
saying
does that mean that you're in a relationship with this person already? Is that what you're saying?
um
Or you say when y'all first meet, you tell the person that I'm just dating, so you're basically sleeping around or whatever. Well,
what if
you
you
you know
what
what
if
I'm
you're
saying?
not sleeping around?
Well, of course that could be true too, but um, if you're out in the dating market, I mean, it just depends on who you are. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't be getting it like that, to be honest. But
Right, right, right.
to me, man, I'm old school, so I would say if I came across a girl and she says, I'm just dating, if and that's what I want to do, I probably just make a couple house calls and leave it alone. It'll be one of those type of girls that I'll just call every once in a while.
So basically, what you're saying is, if a woman comes at you like that, you gonna play your position.
Yeah, basically, that's it. If
Well,
that's how
if a
you want
woman's
to carry
telling
it,
you
that's
that, yeah, because if a woman's telling you that, she got a position that she wants you to play.
right. So I mean, I can respect that, but it's kind of a turn
And you
off
ain't
because in
holding.
my mind, somebody else is hitting it, and I just can't get with that really. So it'd be one of those things that is this real talk or what? I don't want to talk too much sex talk, but should be one of those that I consider her a freak, which might not be right, but I would consider her a freak. So I
maybe
would
she's just
probably,
maybe she's just independent.
well, that could be true. That could be true too. But
Now,
uh,
women are out here having sex like men now.
yeah, but I'm a man, and I don't want to. I don't have one thing. I don't have female friends, right? I never had female friends, so I don't see what women like to do. If they can, they will talk to you about a relationship that they're in, right? And I don't like to hear that. If I'm trying to mess with a girl, if I'm trying to talk to a girl, I don't want to hear nothing about a relationship that she has at the moment or in the past. I just don't, man.
Yeah, because then it's gonna be there's gonna be some comparison, and
yeah. I don't,
I don't want to be compared to your last bad experience.
so when I hear I'm just dating and I'm gonna carry it as such,
You heard I'm just fucking.
that's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. I didn't want to say that. This is your show, but
Hey
that's what I
man,
heard.
we talk real on here, man. We talk real,
So to
man.
me, in my mind, I'm gonna push the limits on it. I'm gonna try to freak her out. I'm gonna try to do things like that.
Because basically, if a woman comes at you like that, she's telling you that she wants to have sex with you, but she ain't trying to be locked down.
Right. And I that's kind of a turn off for me, but I would carry her as a freak.
Okay, that's a
That's
turn off for you, but would it be a turn off? Would it have you told a woman that before?
yes,
Was it a
but
turn off to her?
a lot of times, um, uh,
Turn off.
yeah, I know it happened so long ago. you know,
I mean, but
uh,
I don't think it's a turn off. I think it's just about being honest.
it is, it is.
Some people will be cool with that, and some people gonna be like, "Nah, I want you to myself."
I mean,
Some
when you
people
look
gonna
at
be
it,
stealth.
when you look at it at face value, it is. It's honesty. It's saying, yeah, I'm being honest. I'm messing with other people, or I don't want a relationship, right?
Right. And
But if I'm
like you said, if a woman tells you that, it's kind of a turn off. So you gonna exit stage left. She gave you the choice, and I think that a lot of people, when given the choice, when a person is just perfectly honest, it's uncomfortable to some people. Like you said, if a woman told you that, it would make you feel uncomfortable. And I think that there are some people that's going to be uncomfortable with that, even though it's truthful. And there are going to be some people that's going to be like, oh, okay, I'm cool with that.
yeah,
But I
100%.
think that it all comes down to giving the person a choice. You just giving them a choice,
Yeah, I agree with that.
as opposed to lying and giving a facade that you're something. and
Right.
being put, and then you get into an embarrassing situation. When you talk
Yeah.
about them things in the beginning, there is no embarrassment because you're gonna try
But
to
see, the thing is,
shield that person away from what it is you're doing. If you're doing something,
when I usually talk to a female, it's probably if I make the effort to holler at a female, that means I see something in her that's attracting me to her, and I want to get to know her better. And that's how that's how I operate. That's how I perceive, in the beginning of the relationship. It's not I meet this person. You can't come up to a female and say, "Yeah, I'm just sleeping around, but I'm trying to get to know you." That line doesn't work. You know?
no, that's not going. I think there's some tact. There's some tact in how you gonna approach that situation.
Right. But if you
I mean,
go ahead.
no, I'm saying I think that you can be out your approach, but yeah, there are people that just come straight out like you just said. But I think that I think people will be more. You ain't gonna just come out and say, I'm sleeping around. I'm dating. I'm the type of person. I don't think that saying I'm dating means I'm sleeping around.
So to be honest, you have to put on a facade for a little while to get her on
There
your
you go.
team. Before hold on, listen.
I'm listening, guy. I'm listening.
So you just trying to court, or you trying to get to know this female, right? I'm thinking like this. I just booked her in the Walmart, right? And I set up a date with her, right? And we're gonna meet at the restaurant, or I pick her up and take her to the restaurant. So I'm laying down game, all the small talk. Where you from? How many brothers, sisters you got? The whole nine, right? So I'm thinking. So at what point are you gonna say I'm single and I'm just dating? And you trying to get with her? You trying to get her on your line, right? So at what point do you say I'm just dating, but I want you to be on my team? I know you can have all the tact in the world, uh, but you got to put your pimp down sometime. You got to say
I
it
mean,
at one point. So there's going to be some leeway till she's on your line and on your team. Probably, most likely, before you tell her, well, I really, want to be single. I don't want to get too serious.
I'm, I'm straight up from the jump.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, brother.
I'm more like Future. If I like you, I want you. I'm gonna talk to you. Now, I ain't out here making babies like Future, but I think that women that mess with, like, okay, I think that there's a man goes for a certain type of mindset when he's looking at a woman. So he's asking, a man and a woman are asking those questions to see the mindset of the person they're talking to. So you're throwing stuff out there to see their mindset. Now, it's all truthful, but you're letting them know this is my wavelength. And some people are going to be open to that wavelength. Some people aren't going to be open to it. But you put that communication out there where you give them the choice. I believe in giving somebody a choice.
Hey, look, that's a good tactic, right? But me, right, if I'm out here dating, I have to I have to talk to 20 females, get 3 or 4 numbers. Solid lead.
Come on, guy. You 6'8", you 6'8" in shape. It's easy. It's
Oh,
easy, brother.
I'm talking about solid leads, not no fake leads. Not
Okay,
how it
okay.
is in the dating scene.
Yeah.
Some females be out here they be out here bullshit, man. That's just the truth. They'll
Yeah.
try to they'll give you their number, and they just trying to scheme or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about solid leads. You know we gotta approach 10 just to get 3 solid leads, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I understand. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even approaching women right now. I'm looking at women and smiling and turning my head. I'm not even approaching women right now. Because like you said, you'll have them opening conversations and you'll exchange numbers. And I'm gonna be honest, we exchange numbers. If I call you 2 times and you don't call me back, your number gone. Because it has to be a reciprocity. If I'm calling you and you can't even make the time to call me, yeah, I look at stuff like that. I nip stuff early and I nip stuff in the bud early because I see patterns. And these are patterns that I've seen in dealing with women in the past. So when I see those patterns, I get ghosts. Because I'm at a point now where I'm not chasing nobody and I'm not trying to make nobody like me. I'm gonna put everything out there in the beginning, and you either gonna be with it or you're not gonna be with it. I don't have time. I ain't trying to make nobody like me. I like
Yeah,
women who like me.
you might pass up on some opportunities too. So
Man,
if you just straight up like that all the time, yeah, I just want that. You that defeats the whole getting to know the female, or it's just a lot. It's a lot of stuff to that. I mean, I ain't no pimp. I ain't never. I knew people. I knew some pimps, but I'm not one, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of still on the a little bit old school thinking. um,
you always gonna think of you're always gonna you are always. I mean, you can change somewhat, but your thinking pattern is gonna be with your generation.
right, right, 100%, 100%. So I still do the whole thing, and just like you, I'm not chasing right now either, right? But I would say when I was still doing stuff in the old school where I get to know a girl, and I'm trying to be about her, um, and see how that pans out. But I might be talking to another girl, but I'll never
Yeah,
tell her. Just come straight up and just be honest. I'm just dating. I just want to date because I'm trying to see. I'm just trying to knock down those walls that they got up. You know what I mean?
yep, yep.
So
My man Skills from New Orleans said choices are given primarily in the beginning of the relationship. They aren't given; they're made. Choices are right. Yeah, you put it out there, and yeah, you make a choice to see this person and give them your time, or you make the choice not to give this person your time. Yeah, I think
yeah,
we all. I think both sexes have the ability to do that, but I think that women do it more. Men, when men go out and we're talking to someone, we're not talking to somebody to see if we still got it. A lot of women go out and they get numbers with no intentions of using them because they just want to see if they still got it to get a man.
yeah, for sure, for sure. They play games. It makes them
I
feel
mean,
good.
how many phone numbers have you been given? You was like, oh man, I'm gonna call this girl. Man, I really like her. And you call her and you don't never, yeah, man, it's a waste of time. So I don't even waste my time no more.
Right.
I don't even approach women. I don't even approach women no more. I just like going out and being the unattainable man. Because ain't no
So
woman gonna come up. You gotta come up to me and say something to me because I'm done. I'm done with icebreakers.
I kind of do that too as I got older. I'm
Yeah,
speaking from when I was younger, how I used to try to, you know, book a lot of girls, just try to get a few of them on my line, and kind of like dig deeper on which one I really want to mess with, right? and then I
So
choose.
is this more? So is this when? Is this when you're dating more than one woman? So when you're dating more than one woman, are you trying to whittle them down to get the right one, or is
Yeah,
it you just date?
yes.
Right.
I have a
Because
purpose.
men, we don't. Me as a man, I don't have the time or the energy to court three different women. I don't.
Yeah,
Courtship
and
and dating. See, we come from the generation of courtship, where you show a woman you like her, you show her what you can do for her, and either she's gonna be open to that or she ain't. Whereas these women, you'll do that and you'll get used up. So a
see,
lot of men have strayed away from courtship.
it's levels. It's levels, right? I know once I start talking to a female, after a few questions, sometimes I throw some trick questions in just to see what they say. I'll know if I can mess with this girl, right? In the first probably 10, 15 minutes of conversation. You just know.
So what is when you're having this conversation with a woman, what is it in that first 10 minutes that lets you know I'm in pursuit mode?
It's personality, uh, it's intelligence. I'm I like fine women, but I'll take a six. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, that's us as men. That's what we do.
Right. So it's just intelligence and personality, man. If they could um uh if they could show that, it's just a vibe.
I'm real
So
big on I'm real big on emotional intelligence. I'm real big on emotional intelligence. If you can't emotionally be intelligent, or you just go from 0 to 100, I'm not good with those things. I
so
like
it's
to.
so it's levels. So when I say if 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 she likes me, right, and you could tell when a girl really likes you, right? You could tell if she likes me, and I think that she might not be the one, then that's the one I'll probably string along. You know what I mean? Or that's the one I'll probably try to hit early, uh, or that
That's the
that
one
that
you're
makes
trying to knock out. That's the one you're trying to knock out the box quick.
right.
Oh,
Um,
you
so
got it.
so when I say I got three and I'm trying to whittle down to one, it doesn't mean that we going out every 3 days and all that. We talking, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm
So
trying to
can I
figure
ask you a
it
question? So can I ask you a question? Do these three women know that you're dating all three of them, or are they oblivious and they think that they're the one?
They're oblivious because I was
Lord
out
Wise
alone.
said, Lord Wise said, isn't non-monogamy more about an expanded view of relationship style and less about dating? Dating is already non-exclusive, right? No, I wouldn't say that dating is non-exclusive. I think you can date somebody exclusively. I've done it. I may not be in a relationship, but I don't take. I'm like Guy just said. There's levels, and I was gonna ask you this, guy. Do you treat all three women the same, or do you treat them differently?
It depends on the energy that they give me.
So, is it safe to say that you're not taking all three of these women out to dinner? You're not taking all three of these women out to lunches, and because I know people that they will date three different women and they will treat all of them the same. They will take them all to dinners. They will take them all to movies. They will take them all to this type of stuff. And I see that, and the week that they don't get paid, they don't even hear from these women.
Well, some of them,
Some women pay food and concerts and comedy shows to go.
Some girls, you know what they really want? They want somebody to talk to. They will.
Companionship.
They want to talk. You could talk to them on the phone for a week.
Like
Um,
skills. I didn't mean to cut you off, guys. Skills. You you said it right there. More than one of anything means there a lack of satisfaction with something. And that's what I mean by a lot of people are going to these relationships where they're having one or two or three women and one man, and each one of those women fits a different need. And that's conversely with women who have are in relationships, polyany. I the opposite of polygamy, where a woman has three men. I think that those three men fit a certain role for each. I don't think that a woman or a man that is in a ethically non-monogamous relationship with more than one of the opposite sex, I think that they're getting something. Those people, like, you're not going to date two of the same people and be in polygamous a polygamy relationship. I think that one person is going to be different. They're going to meet your needs, meet different needs, because you're not going to have the same type of woman and they're both meeting the same needs. I think that if you're in a relationship with two or more of the opposite sex, each one of those people fit somewhere in your life that the other two don't do.
yeah, I agree with that.
Why would you,
But
if you're getting everything from one woman, why would you get that same woman, the same archetype? Why would you do that? You wouldn't. That is interesting. Yeah, skills. That was skills. The more than one of anything means there's a lack of satisfaction. Hit the like
it
button, share the
look.
video out, subscribe to the page. But yeah,
I'm the type of person I have three on deck to figure out which one that I want to be with. Right. I don't have the energy, just like you say, to be juggling females. Um, so that's just my tact. Because, you know, having discussions is like, it sounds good on paper, but putting it in effect in like a real live game, right? It's a little more nuanced because then you sitting across this fine female and she's giving you all the vibes, um, and you're gonna go at her, but you still need to dig deeper to get to know her because
you
a
got.
lot of females.
I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to these. I'm skipping over some comments because I'm going to a comment because Antoinette, she wants to know why, guy. And I think she's talking about the three different women.
No, I'm kissing frogs to get to my queen. That's I
Okay,
mean,
she said why not? She said why not tell them that you're dating, as opposed to these women thinking that it's an exclusive dating situation. Then that'll mess up his juju. That'll mess up his juju.
it'll a lot. I think it'll be. I'm not trying to push him away. So um, that's how I think because I could say you could say it's just like me. I guess if they tell me that they're dating and I'm trying to be about her, but I just want to date, then that'll kind of turn me off. So I would think it'll be the same for them if I tell them that I'm just dating, right? So
Possibly, possibly, but Women want to be the one. Before we go any further, let me get through these comments because Skill said the toxic ones are fun at first. Then here comes pain. You only learn the toxicity once you're already emotionally involved. And that's why people stay in those toxic situations because they're emotionally invested and they think that they can change the person. You can't change toxic.
No.
And then Laura Wise said, Skills, what do you define as fun? I mean, I think I know what his definition of fun is. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but yeah, the toxic ones are fun because they usually have that sexual energy that is toxic.
Have you met a female that wasn't toxic?
Yeah. And then Skill said, at Laura Wise, fun for me is in a relationship that doesn't feel like an obligation and more like a guilty pleasure. Something that has the feeling of zero responsibility, but you just get caught up in the moment.
Man, where are these people getting these lines from? They're getting it out of a book. Or these comments out of
Skills just smooth like that, man. Skills been around for a few minutes. He just smooth like that. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Antoinette said, shh, either you gonna do it or not. There is no in between. Antoinette, what is it you gonna do? You mean in terms of doing it in a relationship? Be in a relationship or not? Or let me get a firm understanding of that.
Man, if a girl really likes you, and females, I'm sorry, I didn't mean girl. If a female really likes you, she don't want to hear that you just want to date. If she really likes you, she ain't trying to hear that shit. That's what I believe.
I'm listening to you. I just got to walk away for 1 second. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I had to pay a water bill.
And you know what I really think? If a female really likes you, if you talking to them and the conversation is right, and they really like you, and you say, "I just want to date," I don't care what these females are saying. They lying. They're not gonna like it if they
Oh,
really.
they don't.
So they could say all this. Hey, be up front with me. Be honest. Yeah, they don't like honesty.
They don't.
They won't
So
like it.
Laura Wise said, Skills from New Orleans, I think that you're confusing fun with desire. Desire can exist in areas where there's a lack of obligation. But I think you can have fun and you think, oh, that is a good statement there, Laura Wise. Desire and fun. Are desire and fun the same or are they interchangeable? Desire something is fun. If it's fun, you desire it. Are they interchangeable or do they explain each other? Then Skill said, if I'm having fun, my desires are met. The only confusing part for me is if it's real or short lived. And yeah, a lot of people say, I'm here for a fun time, but not a long time. Now I understand exactly what they're. I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. So is it real? So if it's short, so skills. If it's short lived, is it not real? Or is it real for a short amount of time and then it ends?
It's a one night stand. That's what it is.
One night stand.
Or a week stand.
Hey man, what I have been noticing is that, like, I got friends on my Facebook list, and females and males, and relationships that this is like, it's like they're in a situation this month, and then it's a new situation the next month. And I see this over and over and reoccurring. And it's just like, it's almost like people don't know themselves. Because if you knew yourself, there's no way you could keep on being in a different situation every 3 or 4 weeks. There's no way. There's no way.
I think the fun part is getting to know the female, getting
And
closer.
I don't think you can do it. I think you can get to know people, but if you're dating 3 or 4 men or women, how can you really know one of those people? Like I said, I don't have the time or the energy to juggle 3 women. I don't. I just rather be honest. I'm not juggling nobody. Everybody knows where they at. Only okay if you're not in a mutual union. But what we're saying, Antoinette, is there are people out here who have mutual unions and they are adding other people into their union. I think that a lot of women are like, I'm already sharing the dude. So I'm gonna share him and I'm gonna have somebody that I want. I just think that it's a lot of that going on right now. Because if people's needs are getting met, they're quick to exit stage left. There is no coming together. It's either I'm gonna meet you where you at, you're gonna be able to take care of me the way I want to, or I'm out. And I think that that's the way a lot of women think, and a lot of men are like, okay, well, if I got the means and I got the wherewithal, then I'm gonna have you and I'm gonna have you. And there are women like that too. There are some women that are out here. So I knew it was prevalent, but I just found out that there are women out here that are paying for sex, that are paying for companionship. This is something new. I mean, you know that there's just gigolos out there. We all seen a Richard Gere, an American Gigolo. We know that there's men out here who get paid to make women feel good, but it is prevalent. There are lots of women that are out here paying for happiness, because a lot of women are saying that if they can't get exactly what they want from the men that are out here, then they'll pay for it. And there are men that do that too.
Right.
There are men that, yeah, when this lady told me that there are women out here that are paying for sexual companionship, I was like, damn, that's another revenue stream. Nah, I'm joking. That was eye-opening, because I guess a woman is like, yeah, men are gonna come talk to me all the time, every day, and they may not be what I'm looking for. I'll go ahead and pay for what I exactly want. And that's a different mind state. That's a different mind state. A woman that will say, I'm gonna pay for happiness. I mean, men have been doing it. Men go to strip clubs. Men go get prostitutes. But now there are women who are paying male prostitutes. That's a new phenomenon that, I didn't really know about it. That there are women that will pay for happiness. If they can't get it from a man, there's a regular guy, they'll pay a professional.
Women been paying, man. So say for instance, she like I had a few friends, right? And they were broke, but they could pull women. So what they would do is um, she's pretty much paying for it because she's paying for everything, letting the dude use her car, all that, right? So she's paying for it. That's paying.
Man, that's a new phenomenon. But I got this video. We're gonna look at this video, guy. But I got this video, and this guy, he's explaining his confusion. And I think after we look at this video, I think that there are some women that are going through this same thing that this man is going to explain. It's a really short video, but you're going to enjoy it. And it's, I won't say it's funny, but it is amusing. It is amusing. I'm going to play this and we're going, it's a short video. It's like a minute and 38.
It is not easy to be a single man in your 30s in America today. I just went to Starbucks to order a vanilla latte with an extra shot, and as I am walking up to the door, I happen to notice this beautiful girl walking up to the door as well, and she has a death Cab for Cutie t-shirt on. That's been my favorite band since I was 14 years old. I am 32 now. That's 18 years of loving this band. So as I take a quick two-step to open the door for it, I'm like, hey, you have great taste in music. That's been my favorite band since I was 14 years old. And she looks at me and she just says, cool. And she walks straight to the counter, which I recognized I was giving up the first spot in line by opening the door for it. Not a big deal. When she gets to the counter, she orders a vanilla latte with an extra shot. And in my heart, I'm kind of like, that's pretty cool. What a coincidence. So I go up to the cashier when it's my turn, and I'm like, I'm actually going to order the same thing that she just ordered. She was like, great, it'll be right out. Now, there is no place to sit in the Starbucks. There's just this coffee-tory area in front of the counter. So as we're both waiting, I just look over at the gal, and I'm like, so what's your favorite album by Death Cab? And she looks over at me with a glare, and she is like, stop talking to me. I'm not remotely interested. And she says it loud enough for the entirety of the Starbucks to hear, and everybody in the Starbucks looks at me, and at that point, the only sound I'm hearing is the chorus of Hey Ya, and silence is loud. And I gotta be honest, I have never been such a deer in headlights. I had never been so immediately like, what did I do wrong? And everything in me wanted to just, in hurt, be like, honey, I'm gay. You could do worse than me. But I wasn't going to lie and throw the gay community under the bus just because somebody hurt my feelings and was rude. But I have no idea where I went wrong there. I'm so puzzled. I thought I was being nice. What did I do?
I think that a lot of men go through this. A lot of men are perplexed. They don't know what women want. And I think that what this man went through at Starbucks, a lot of men go through this. And that is the main reason that a lot of men are not approaching women. What you think, guy? What you think of that video, guy?
Yes, that's a loser mentality. I say that happens. Even when I was at my peak of booking females, and I was a handsome guy, I'm a little older now. So I could book females, right? And that would happen. That happens. Some females, they might not embarrass you in that fashion, but they'll say, nah, I don't want to talk to you, or I got a man, or whatever the excuse is. That's why I was saying you gotta approach 10 just to get 3 leads. If you out here trying to, I'm from the old.
Yeah, we're men. We're men. We're hunters, and we're gonna go after women. But A lot of men feel like he felt. What did I do wrong? I mean, does that come back to what we were talking about? Does that come back to what we were talking about when we said the truth is the truth? Take it how you get it. Or is there a better way she could have done that?
He's just a young dude that can't take rejection. That's all he is. If you're out here trying to get with a female, you gonna get rejected. That's just it. I got to the point where it didn't mean nothing to me. It didn't hurt my feelings. She just wasn't for me. And then I would, if I, just going on with my daily life, and if I see somebody that's attractive, and I go up and talk to them, and they give me the number, that's fine. If I talk to another female, and she says I don't want to talk to you, or however she says it, if whether she's rude or not, I just take that L because that happens.
Yeah, because anytime you approach a woman, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. That's the odds are always going to be 50-50. She can say yeah, she can say no. It's up to you to say something that's going to make her say yeah.
And that's how I still do things. I'm not on dating apps. You know what I mean? I don't do that dating app stuff, right?
No,
I don't knock it. I'm not knocking it. I just never did it. You know what I'm saying?
Dating apps are all transactional. If you meet somebody on the dating app, they want you to take them to Ruth Chris or some upscale restaurant that they've never been to. And yeah, a lot of women are chasing dreams on because they're looking at it like if you're on social, if you're on social dating sites, a lot of women look at that like you're hard up. But they don't understand that they're on there every day, all day themselves. So who is really hard up?
Right. Looking for the next victim.
Looking for the next victim.
Right.
Out the dinner. So Skill said, of course, constant fun desire may not be sustainable all the time, but for me, it better be most of the time. If not, here comes lack of interest. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are exploring these alternative relationships and dating who they want to date. People want to be happy. Nobody wants to be unhappy, especially in a relationship. That's good. Gil said, desire is something you want. Fun comes with chemistry and cannot. Right. Chemistry. Communication.
You know what starts a relationship on a downward turn?
What's that?
You know when it starts? When you start saying no. that's when it starts. When you start saying no to that female.
I'm no is my favorite word. No is my favorite word.
That's the beginning of the end of a relationship. When you start saying no.
Hey Mildred. Hey Mildred. Thanks for coming through. Where's reggae tomorrow night? Did you get a spot? The Greenwich. My homegirl Mildred, she gonna get it. She gonna get it together. The Greenwich, yeah, we went to the Greenwich last week, and it was not conducive to a good business plan. So reggae is not at the Greenwich. I'm waiting for Mildred to let me know where reggae will be at going forward. Cause yeah, I love my reggae music. I gotta be there. Whereas I think Miss 702 gone. I think she's gone. But yeah, courting. What you know about courting, Antoinette? What you know about courtship? Women know nothing about courtship. Women today don't even know what a slip is. Genuine connection is natural. Long term, if obligations and communication, If those things don't happen, desire won't return. I disagree with that, Laura Wise. People get married and get divorced and get married again. So people break up and they're away from each other for a couple of weeks and they get back together. So I think desire can return if the energy is right. Yeah. People break up and they go back together. And I think that's because the desire always returns. If that feeling is, hit that spot, that desire always comes back. Skill said you truly only get to know your soulmate. Most people allow you to know only what they feels, man. You bringing it tonight. Exactly. And that's why I say that I'm an open book. I've never had those types of situations because maybe I'm too open. Maybe that's a fault of mine, but being open has never led me astray.
But see, that was my point. What he just said. When I was saying that you got to knock down some walls, so you ain't gonna be able to knock down the walls that they put up if you say you're just dating, right? You'll never get the chance because she won't be with it. That is if she likes you. I always preface that because if a woman is into you, you see what I'm saying?
Mildred said she's not paying for sex. The women are paying for him to leave and shut up. Okay, Mildred. Mildred, but you made them biscuits. That man don't want to leave. You made them biscuits, and that man, he didn't want to leave after you made them biscuits. He kept coming back for more than biscuits. Skill said you can't for happiness, you arrive at it. You pay for maintenance, temporary satisfaction. I think that's what the movie Maintenance Man was about. I forgot the name of the author, but I read this book called Maintenance Man, and basically it was about the dude who basically was the date. The women dated him to get their physical needs met. The maintenance man. A lot of women have maintenance men. Am I lying? A lot of women have maintenance men. They may not be in a relationship, but they got somebody that can come over and tighten up them pipes.
They all do.
Thank you. Queen Kima said, thank you, because I've been mentioning that women take care of men too. They do. There are more women that take care of men than there are men that take care of women. Because some women understand my best chance of getting a man. I'm going to put all my energy into it. Some women don't do that. They feel that the man should put all his energy into them and they should not expend any of that energy. That's where a lot of this comes from. That's why a lot of men date 2 or 3 different women and that's why a lot of women date 2 or 3 different men because they want all their wants met. It has nothing to do with needs. It's all about wants. It's all about wants. Women want what they want, not what they need. Or why said, if I could have exactly what I want in a man when I want to have it and have the type of sex I want to have guaranteed, I'd pay good money for it. But men who do that are sleazy. Wow. Men who do that are sleazy. So being a gigolo is sleazy, I would say. I mean, women think that other women who prostitute themselves is sleazy. So why wouldn't a man selling his loins be sleazy? Wow. She wasn't attracted to you. Just that simple. And he said nothing that interested her. That's not to say another woman won't be. Yeah. You meet people where they are. Some people are receptive to your communication, and some women aren't receptive. Me, I'm just I ain't even trying to figure out who's receptive. I just like I said, I just like going out, looking good, smelling good, walking through the crowd and partner like the Red Sea because my cologne is strong. That's what I like. Gil said, I need a woman that gives the aura of I can have everything I want, yet ironically give me at least 90%. I need a challenge to chase a little, the feeling of almost conquering the prize. You young, Skills. You young. I feel you on that. I'm done conquering. But yeah, there is, I mean, I don't even want to chase. Because if you chase, some women are open to the chase, but a lot of women, they prolong the chase and they trying to get your docket. You're trying to get your ducats. They're not getting your wallet. I see that early on and nip that in the bud. But like I said, there are men out here that are getting in relationships, polygamous relationships, where one woman is good with the money, one woman is good with the sex, and one woman cleans the house. A lot of people are going to this, and in terms, same thing with women. Women are out here having 3 boyfriends, all living together. One man pays the bills. One man rocks the bricks, and another guy is just the guy that you let's go out to dinner and have a good time. But look for that. Should people look for all the qualities they want in one person, or should go out and concubine? Is having a concubine bad? Is that bad? Is that bad, guy?
And my goal is to find one woman that I could deal with.
Put all your energy into. So
Yeah,
basically you're saying that non-monogamy is not for you. You want to be in a
no,
monogamous relationship.
yes,
A woman.
yep. Because just like you say, having multiple women is a headache.
Says she want to have fun tonight. Saying no can be fun if I can get you to reverse it. Bang. Bang. Sometimes saying no is a test. Especially coming from a man. Men want to see how you react to no, because a lot of women can't take no. You tell a woman no. Oh, okay, not yet, not yet, not yet. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Being open has never led me astray. Exactly. Exactly. Being open and honest with people has never been a detriment to me. Because I set the standard. I set the standard with what I say in the beginning. Now, I reserve the right to change my outlook. But my outlook is my outlook. It changes when I change. But this was a great conversation tonight. We had 2 hours and 20 minutes. I didn't think this was gonna go that long, but I really want to show y'all the cake, but I'm y'all gonna have to wait till Thursday. You're gonna have to wait till Thursday. But I'm gonna tell y'all the cake is. I plan on. I know that I'm gonna be asked to take a lot of pictures come Thursday. I appreciate everybody that came out tonight and chilled. We'll be back again next Tuesday. We had a great conversation. Miss 702 came up here and gave a good commentary on how she looked at alternative relationships in terms of, being ethically non-monogamous. And then we had Guy that came on here and basically said that ethical non-monogamy is a fallacy. It's just nothing. There's no such thing. I think that there's a little bit in the middle. But Guy, I'm gonna need you to stay on, man. When I end the show, stay on, man. We're gonna talk in the background. But this with Maas Appeal. Hit the like button, share this video out, subscribe to the page. We'll be back next week with another hard-hitting adult conversation topic. Y'all know how we do. We have good conversations over here. It's your boy, Maas Appeal. For me and Guy, y'all have a great